Hey, basketball lovers, welcome back to Tips and Streams, your go-to spot for daily NBA predictions. I'm Kokan, and today we're diving into the exciting matchups of the new NBA regular season. Before we get into the predictions, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button if you're enjoying the content. Your support means everything to us. Here at Tips and Streams, we rely entirely on the love and support of our viewers and subscribers. We have no sponsors. If you want to help keep the channel alive, please consider donating by pressing the thanks button under the video. Even the smallest donations make a huge difference. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and fellow basketball enthusiasts. We love hearing from you, so drop a comment below and let us know what you'd like to see in our future forecasts. All right, let's get into today's NBA predictions and see where the action is at. Today we have predictions for 5 NBA games. The first prediction for today is for a game between the Orlando Magic and Miami Heat. The Heat are set to take on the Magic in what I believe will be an intriguing matchup. Last season, the Heat fell short of expectations, bowing out early in the playoffs after a rough ride in the play-in tournament. They faced the Boston Celtics early in the postseason and managed to snag a single win, but that was all they could muster. The Heat have traditionally played the Celtics tough, but last year didn't go as planned, especially after they had eliminated Boston the previous season. That one victory over the Celtics did give Heat fans and bettors a small sigh of relief, but it wasn't enough to change the narrative of their season. On the flip side, the Orlando Magic are a young team on the rise, hungry to take their game to the next level. Last season, they pushed the Cleveland Cavaliers in a tight playoff series, where home court advantage played a massive role. The Cavs won all 4 of their games in Cleveland, while the Magic protected their home floor with 3 victories at Amway Center. This season, with a solid core featuring Jalen Suggs, Paolo Banchero, Wendell Carter Jr., and Franz Wagner, the Magic are looking like a team ready to break through. They've also added some veteran leadership with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who brings valuable experience to the squad. Though not a superstar, Caldwell-Pope has proven to be a key piece for winning teams in the past. Cole Anthony remains with the team, though his role has shifted as the roster evolves. As for the Heat, injuries have been a nagging issue, but everything still revolves around Jimmy Butler. Butler remains one of the league's top players and the heart of this Miami squad. They also brought in Terry Rozier last year to help stabilize the backcourt, and Tyler Herro, despite being in constant trade rumors, remains a critical part of their offense. Bam Adebayo, meanwhile, continues to develop into one of the premier big men in the game, with young talents like Nikola Jovic and Jaime Jaquez Jr. expected to take on bigger roles this season, and Alec Burks adding depth. I'm confident the Heat are ready for a bounce-back season. Orlando has struggled in recent matchups with Miami, and I don't see that changing. The Heat have had their number, and with a 1.5-point spread, I'm taking the Heat to cover in this one. I believe Miami's experience and depth will give them the edge in this game.
Welcome to BetUS, Sportsbook and Casino, your ultimate hub for secure and thrilling sports betting and casino gaming. BetUS is one of the oldest and most reliable online sportsbooks in the U.S., serving millions of clients all over the globe each month. BetUS, trusted for over 30 years, offers huge welcome bonuses, countless betting options, and many deposit and payout methods. Depositing funds is a breeze and safe, with a minimum deposit of just $10. Payouts are fast and hassle-free, beginning at only $50. Choose from various payout options like MoneyGram, couriered check, cryptocurrency, or bank wire. Signing up is quick and easy. For signing up, you can use the link in the description and enjoy a generous 125% welcome bonus of up to $3,000. By signing up using the link in the description, you'll also support us as we earn a small commission from your registration at BetUS. Thank you for supporting us. Join now and start winning.
The second prediction for today is for a game between the Milwaukee Bucks and Philadelphia 76ers. Let's break down this exciting matchup between the 76ers and the Bucks. Both teams are coming off of disappointing playoff runs last season, with the Bucks getting eliminated in the first round and the Sixers falling to the Knicks. With both teams looking to make a fresh start, this season opener could set the tone for what's ahead. Philadelphia has been stuck in wait-and-see mode for the past few seasons, hoping for that elusive breakthrough. This year, the addition of Paul George was supposed to be the key to elevating them, but it hasn't started well. George is already sidelined due to health concerns, something that has plagued him throughout his career. To add to their woes, Joel Embiid, the reigning MVP, is also on the bench with injuries. That leaves a lot of weight on the shoulders of guys like Tyrese Maxey and Kelly Oubre Jr., who are talented but can't carry the load for a whole season by themselves. Philly did bring in solid reinforcements like Caleb Martin, Andre Drummond, and Reggie Jackson, but they're missing key contributors from last season, such as Tobias Harris and Buddy Hield. The Sixers are certainly in for a challenge to stay competitive without their main stars right out of the gate. On the other hand, the Bucks are entering the season in much better shape health-wise. Although they'll be without Chris Middleton initially, Milwaukee shored up their roster in the offseason by acquiring Gary Trent Jr., Delon Wright, and Taurean Prince. While they did lose a few pieces like Malik Beasley, their overall roster looks stronger compared to Philadelphia's current lineup. This health disparity has had a noticeable effect on the betting odds. While Philly was initially favored at home, the line has shifted, and Milwaukee is now favored by 3 to 3.5 points. It's a logical adjustment considering the Bucks are healthier and have had Philadelphia's number in recent matchups, winning 2 out of 3 last seasons. With Embiid and George sidelined, Milwaukee is clearly in the driver's seat. Giannis Antetokounmpo should dominate in the paint, and I expect Damian Lillard to make an immediate impact after a frustrating season last year. If Middleton can return, it only adds to Milwaukee's advantage. In my opinion, the Sixers still have depth and talent, but without their top 2 players, they're facing an uphill battle. I believe Milwaukee will take control of this game and cover the spread, starting their season strong with a road victory. The third prediction for today is for a game between the Cleveland Cavaliers and Toronto Raptors. Let's get ready for the opening night clash between the Toronto Raptors and the Cleveland Cavaliers as both teams tip off their 2024 NBA seasons. The Raptors will have the home court advantage, but that might not be enough to overcome their current rebuilding phase. Toronto is coming into this season with a fresh look, having moved on from several of their former stars. Last season made it clear they were in transition, finishing poorly with a 4-game losing streak. The departures of players like Pascal Siakam left the team without the firepower they once had, and now they're trying to find a new identity. There's no doubt they've got some young talent. Scotty Barnes is still the cornerstone of their rebuild, and Grady Dick, their first-round pick, showed flashes of brilliance. But the depth just isn't there yet. For the Raptors to be competitive, players like R.J. Barrett, who has been plagued by injuries, and newcomer Emmanuel Quickley need to rise to the challenge this season. On the other hand, the Cavaliers are looking to build off a decent playoff run last year. They made it through a tough series against the Orlando Magic, where home court advantage dictated every game. But when they faced the Boston Celtics, they got bounced out in 5 games. Boston's depth overwhelmed them, and it exposed some cracks in the Cavaliers' lineup. Cleveland hasn't shaken things up much during the offseason. They've kept their core intact, with Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell leading the backcourt, while Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley anchor the front court. The stability could work in their favor, but I'm still not convinced they have what it takes to make a deep playoff run, especially with Kenny Atkinson now at the helm as head coach. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Atkinson. His offensive style may be great to watch, but I'm not sure it will translate into consistent wins for this team. Cavaliers fans might start questioning whether he's the right guy for the job, especially if they start struggling early. Now, while the Cavaliers seem like the stronger team on paper, opening night always has a way of delivering surprises. The Raptors have the home crowd behind them, and that could make a big difference. I'm picking Toronto to cover the 7-point spread, and I'm confident the total points will go over the line. Even though Cleveland has the upper hand talent-wise, the unpredictability of the first few games in any season makes me think Toronto will keep it close and might even surprise everyone. Before we move on, I have a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying the content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing might seem like a small action, but it actually makes a big impact for us. Plus, it's completely free for you. Have you clicked that subscribe button? Awesome, thank you so much for your support. Now let's dive back into the video. The fourth prediction for today is for a game between the Charlotte Hornets and Houston Rockets. Let's break down this matchup between the Rockets and the Hornets. After narrowly missing the playoffs last season with a balanced 41-41 record, the Rockets, under head coach Ime Udoka, are aiming for bigger things this year. That .500 finish was a sign of growth, and with a healthier roster now, the Rockets are poised to take another leap forward. Injuries were a significant obstacle for Houston last season, with key players like Alperen Şengün sidelined due to a leg injury. But now, with Şengün back in shape and Jalen Green ready to prove himself in the final year of his rookie contract, I'm expecting both of them to come out strong. The team's young core, which also includes fresh additions like Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith, and Amen Thompson, is a force to be reckoned with. This squad looks ready to make some noise and potentially push for a playoff spot. The Charlotte Hornets, on the other hand, are focused on staying healthy, which has been their Achilles heel. Getting LaMelo Ball back is a big boost, and Brandon Miller continues to impress after a stellar rookie campaign. But the Hornets didn't make any significant off-season moves, which makes me skeptical about their ability to seriously compete. Yes, they added KJ Simpson, a promising young guard, but they still seem to be finding their rhythm, as their 2-3 preseason record suggests. This could mean it'll take some time for this team to fully gel. Looking at the numbers from last season, Houston thrived as a home favorite, covering the spread in 14 of their 19 games in that role. When they were favored by 6 or more points, they went 9-1 against the spread, which tells me they know how to close out games when expected to win. While Charlotte has made strides with health, the lack of major improvements in their roster leaves them a tough team to back in a matchup like this. Houston is the more cohesive and talented squad, and if they want to be playoff contenders, this is the type of game they need to dominate, especially on their home floor. In my view, the Rockets have a clear advantage here, starting with head coach Ime Udoka. He's one of the best in the league, and his influence on this young squad has been undeniable. I expect him to build on what he accomplished last season. The early season can always surprise us, but I believe the Rockets will take care of business and win this one comfortably. With their proven track record at home and a more unified team, I'm confident they'll handle the Hornets without much trouble. The fifth prediction for today is for a game between the Phoenix Suns and Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers and Suns are gearing up for their season opener, and there's no shortage of storylines surrounding this matchup. Early season games are always tricky, especially when both teams come in with plenty of questions to answer. The Clippers find themselves in a bit of a tough spot. With Paul George no longer on the roster and Kawhi Leonard sidelined, this team is surrounded by uncertainty. Kawhi's long-term future with the Clippers is still up in the air, and although they added James Harden last year, we know Harden thrives with the ball in his hands, but his effectiveness has been decreasing with age. Despite having solid pieces like Norman Powell, Terrence Mann, Ivica Zubac, Mo Bamba, and Chris Dunn, the Clippers remain a team that often falls short of expectations. Even though they have depth, they still seem to play in the shadow of the Lakers, and no matter what, the Clippers can't seem to shake that second best in LA tag. The Suns, meanwhile, also have something to prove. Last season was a letdown for a squad that looks stacked on paper. With Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker leading the way, they've got star power, and the additions of Jusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, and Royce O'Neal only make them deeper. But having a great lineup doesn't guarantee results, and Phoenix's struggles in crucial moments, including their exit from last season's playoffs, still leave doubts about whether they can live up to their potential. In my opinion, the most impactful off-season move for the Suns was acquiring Tyus Jones. He's the true floor general this team has needed for a while, and with him running the offense, I'm confident Booker and Beal will have much more freedom to do what they do best, score. Jones's presence will elevate their offensive game, and I expect this to be a difference maker. For this matchup, even though the Clippers are debuting in their new arena, I have to give the edge to the Suns. With Kawhi already ruled out and the Clippers still figuring out their rotations, the Suns look more cohesive and dependable right now. Phoenix is only missing role player Josh Okogie, and with Durant and Booker expected to carry the load, I'm confident they'll pull off the win. It's early, and I'm treading lightly, but I'm taking the Suns to cover the spread. They just look like the better team heading into this opener.